Good morning. Today is June 21st, Friday. About 65 degrees outside right now. Not super humid either. Beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful day. In a great mood. I'm already about 1.5 miles in. I kind of waited a little bit today. Primarily just getting Snapchats out and getting my grounds. I also have this little shin cramp that keeps coming up. Not really that bad. I was kind of punching my shins a little bit and massaging them, and it's definitely gotten way better. So I think it might go away. But so far so good. We are at walk number 10, audio number 4. If you don't see audio number 3, I might skip it. I hope not. But I had some family drama come up yesterday. And when I was supposed to be editing it, messing around with it, well, it's because I dealt with that for 3-4 hours. So I'll talk about that in a minute. But feeling good. Did stream about 5.5 hours this morning. Played Minecraft again. Got kind of finished up some of the castle stuff. Put some vines on them. Didn't do a whole lot with those buildings, but then I started working on a path towards the other village. I automated my bee process, which I'm concerned that my storage will be full by the time I get on tomorrow, but we will see. But feeling good. Feeling good headspace. So I might as well just get right into it. So family drama. I'm going to watch what I say. Not that they have this, but long story short, I'm going to start off negative. So if you don't want to hear about this, skip ahead a little bit. And if you hear anything about my grandpa or anyone involved in my family, maybe go a little bit further. So I'm having a problem with specifically, I will just say my grandfather is not doing very well. And parties involved are having a very tough time with it. And that's fine. But now it's getting pushed on to not only me, but my immediate family in my home. I'm okay. I'm fine. But some of my life might change a little bit over time here. And I said to them, who's involved, I said, I'm willing to change up my life a little bit, but I really can't stress this enough. I still want to stream. I still want to do my walks. And if you really want me to do all this, and you really want me to go down this route, then there needs to be some sort of compensation. I can take care of him plenty. I do it quite often for practically nothing, and sometimes a lot of the times nothing. But just because I do stream at home, just because I'm home doesn't mean I'm not doing things. So that's really tough. And this is where things got kind of a little tougher, because the parties involved agree that I am doing things, but because it's not pulling in enough in their eyes, it seems obsolete to them. I said it's not obsolete to me. And there wasn't actually much of an argument or anything. It's just me really loving and enjoying stream is really tough to understand from an older generation perspective when I put it down my monthly income in numbers to them. And this isn't like a pity call, and that's the last thing I'm doing. But I'm just saying, the older generation finds that very obsolete. If you're going to work towards something, you should be rewarded in their eyes, or, paid accordingly, or whatever, garbage. And that's fine. I get it. So my life might change quite a bit here in the next little bit. Particularly the thing I'm worried about, although I do believe I will be keeping streaming and everything like that, because I said I absolutely will be. I agree. Particular thing I'm concerned about is when I'm going to be streaming, because the changes might be drastically enforcing a different sleep schedule. And it's not the end of the world, but those who know me and see my stream schedule, usually I like to stream in the evening. Shit, sometimes even really early morning. So for instance, the last 2 days I've been starting around midnight, which no, I don't want to keep doing. So just a heads up, I think perfect time is like 4 to 6, 4 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I think those are really ideal times. I think 8's a little late for Eastern Standard because it's already 9. But I do have individuals who watch that are in Europe. I do have individuals that watch are in Asia or around the Australia area. So don't get me wrong. There's no perfect schedule unless I stream 12 hours every day. But what I'm particularly concerned about is like, if I have to be potentially up at 7 in the morning every morning or 7:30 every morning, I don't know how plausible it is to start past like 4 p.m. Again, not the end of the world. 4 p.m. still plenty fine for the majority, I would say. Because, you'll be getting off work or you'll be getting done with your obligations usually roughly around then and still be able to watch. But, so, family drama thing has been really frustrating. But yeah, Grandpa hasn't been doing well for a while. And for those who know, those who don't know, I've been taking care of him for a while. And sometimes this is most is 3-4 times a week. But most of the time it's like once a week. Those 3-4 times a week can be really tough. And that's where the compensation thing comes in. I'm willing to be nice and I love my grandpa to death. I love the other parties to death still. So don't get me wrong, there's no like falling out, but do understand, yeah, it's not exactly what I figured I was signing into being near them. And that's fine. Like I said, a lot of time I'm okay with that. And I'm not trying to be unreasonable. I'm still willing to help, and I don't need to be given $1 billion. I'm very happy with what I got. And I'm very happy with the blessings I have. But if I have to, in this case, what's essentially being told to me, take care of them from like 7:30 to noon every day, or 7:30 to even like 3 p.m. every day. I don't know how you feel about that, but I am okay with that. But it definitely needs to be understood that that's a long time. Oh, hi. Oh man, it moved. There was a bird's nest up top the bench I usually sit at, which I knew about. But what I didn't realize was the mama bird was in there. And I thought yesterday I saw it, but wasn't sure. But I thought I heard the babies in there, or saw the babies in there. Well, I'm pretty sure they are in there. So that was kind of cute, but she flew away as I was getting my phone out. Didn't want to really bother her. But anyways, I don't mean to be, a negative Nancy right out of the gate, but I'm willing to do a lot. But the only reason I'm the contender is because I'm at home. And that's what kind of bothers me in a way. I'm okay with it. If I seriously had to do multiple days a week with nothing, I'd do it. But I did kind of fight for it a little bit because the other two circumstances, I can't really say one of them, but the other circumstance is he'd go into a home. And I will literally do everything in my power to stop Grandpa from going into a home. Now, it's not that homes are the worst thing ever, but my grandpa's already going downhill, and he has been for a long time. So he has dementia, onset dementia. I believe he had colon cancer. He had some sort of cancer for a little while. They think they got it pretty hard. They were pretty confident that they got it all. And after that, then we have to consider he's also in his 70s. He was in the military for 20 years. And he worked until he was 65. So he's 72. And he's had onset dementia now for 3 years, something like that. And I don't obviously openly talk about that very often, but he's not doing the best. I will admit his good days are not very good anymore. His bad days are really bad. And he's not hard to take care of. I will tell you, those who do know about dementia patients, he doesn't have the anger. He doesn't have the confusion that would be considered negative. He's always been a very, very passive person his entire life, but he's still sentient enough to know when he doesn't want to do something, but like not in an aggressive way. But one of the things that has happened recently, and what's a tipping point for some individuals, is he listens to some people better than others. And this is where the wholesome thing comes in, where unfortunately he really likes to listen to me. Now, unfortunately, as in I have been great to him, and he must identify that, but he has been signed off by doctors that he's incompetent. His right to an attorney is like pretty much dangling. We'll just put it that way. And but he still enjoys my company, and he listens to me. So unfortunately, I'm also the best person in that scenario. But that's literally because I don't think I've ever made him mad over the last 15 years. Now, as a younger lad, I'll admit maybe I was a little shit sometimes, but I don't think I've ever made him mad in the last 15 years. So he still seemingly knows my name. He still seemingly knows most people's name if he pries for it. But he still calls me Devin when he needs me for something. And a great example recently is like, I was sleeping, by the way, ass naked, fucking half my body's hanging out of my blankets, and he opened my door, which woke me up. We said, Devin. I'm like, what, Grandpa, whoa, hold on, whoa. As my fucking nuts are practically hanging out. And I said, whoa, what's up? Well, and he just wanted to see where I was, because the parties over at the other house weren't home at the time. And that was because they did a quick run out. And I'm not upset about that. He's still conscious enough and sentient enough that he can live. And we still give him like a little bit of free roam. He's usually allowed to like go on a walk and stuff in the morning. And he makes it back every time and stuff like that. When he can walk, but that's what I got about too. Right now, he's not really even able to walk. He got some sort of tendon, not disease or anything, but it's some sort of tendon problem where his tendon, I don't think it snapped or anything, but it swelled up, and he's having problems with that. And he's been walking slightly better every day, but it's been a long process. We're coming up on like 3-4 weeks now. So it's pretty unfortunate, but we're getting there. Morning. But he's hardly able to walk, and it's really unfortunate with everything combined, because his chiropractor really wants him to walk. He's always been fine. Like, he doesn't have like a back injury or anything, but he's always kind of had a little walk to him. And like, he wouldn't be able to run like when he didn't have his tendon thing, but he'd be able to, get up pace a little bit. But his chiropractor really wants him to walk. His doctor had him draw a clock recently to like really test where he's at. And well, it wasn't the best clock ever. I'll just put it that way. But it had, he did draw a circle. I mean, rough circle, but to be fair, drawing a perfect circle doesn't exactly happen. But he did two hands. He did do two hands, and it was, the numbers read 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and they were not exactly the most appropriately placed. 2, 3 were fine, but yeah, they weren't the best placed. And like, that's kind of where he's at in terms of memory. Apparently he doesn't quite remember what the alphabet is either. But again, very, very passive person, and he doesn't quite know where he is, a lot of the time, and it sucks. But so that's kind of the status of him and what's going on. I'm not like super boned or anything. I'm fine. I'm not worried really about myself. I'm still worried about him. But also, this far in, I don't think it's any secret that it's not going to be easy. And especially the pace we're going lately over the last month or two, where he even started to not eat as much and shit like that. Well, just going to say, once you start seeing your grandfather who's had a beer belly, and I mean beer belly because he used to drink quite a lot too, but with a man that used to have a beer belly who doesn't want to eat and is losing weight, it seems a little concerning. Morning. It's a little concerning. But we will be a-okay. I'm going to take care of him while I can, but the main drama revolved around someone wanting to put him at home. And then the drama revolved around, well, how the heck are we supposed to even do what you're asking of us? Where are we putting him? What are we doing here? And the current status, undetermined, but I do believe my life will be changing quite a bit when I have to take care of him for quite a few hours a day. Now, what's cool, and what I will say, here's a positive light. One, that's more time to spend with Grandpa before, unfortunately, the inevitable happens, A. But B, I think what I'll do is, assuming we are going to do what we're thinking, I'll probably get a chair for him in my room, and I'll still be able to multitask and do a lot of the shit I currently do today without much change during those periods of time. But I still need to make sure he takes his meds, get him out, get him dressed, get him moving, make sure he does everything he needs to do. If I have to take him to stuff, there's also that, of course, but we will see. But there concludes the family drama. So yippee, yippee, yippee. But yeah, man. As you get older, obviously I'm not that old. I'm 24. I'm not going to pretend. But as you get older, shit definitely changes. What you care about in life changes, and what you have to deal with is something you wouldn't think. But we will see. I did mention some funny things too, which is a funny time now because we got through the wholesome and the bad. I said, what am I going to do? What am I going to do when I want to bring a girl over at 8 a.m? Come on. Obviously joking. But I'm like, what the heck, How am I supposed to do that? So, whatever. I don't have much of a social life outside of streaming and Discord DMs and stuff. I Snapchat and use social medias, but I don't do a lot of going out. I've always been a straight edge, so the most I've ever done, typically, on a normal basis, used to be just caffeine and nicotine. Now it's exclusively nicotine. I don't really fuck with caffeine anymore either. Don't smoke. Don't drink. Don't do any drugs. So that doesn't mean you have to do those things when you go out, but I will say, without doing all those things, that closes quite a few doors, which is fine. I'll drink sometimes, but I'll never get drunk. It's just not what I do. Will I have a pina colada or a margarita, though? Or a daiquiri? Whoo-wee. I'll tell you what. Absolutely. A pina colada at a Mexican restaurant, the one near here, they make the best frozen margaritas at the one. They make the best damn pina coladas at the other. Whew. Man, they're so good. They're so good, man. But, yes, I do have a drinking palate of a 22-year-old college girl, but that's fine, all right? You leave me alone. But, as you get older and shit, it's weird, man. It's real weird. Seeing him in this state, I get why some of the parties are upset, and I get from perspective of people that don't see him every day. There's two of us that pretty much see him every day, a third kind of as well, and it's tough for all of us, man. You know, especially his wife, in the sense of 52 years they've been married. 52 years. That is over double how long I've been alive. Imagine yourself from another 26 years, 27 years, 28 years from here. Morning.
Morning.
But imagine yourself, like, again, in my perspective, I'm saying 52 years is over double, as in, we're talking, like 28 years or something like that. I think I got the math right, LOL. And imagine yourself in 28 years, dude. Holy shit, you can't. You can't. So it's got to be tough, and I get it. And that's her husband, and shit's tough, man. Shit's rough. I get it. I don't get it, but I get it. Morning. So, but it's tough for us, and I'm fine. I'm not asking for any pity, but I'm just talking, like, in terms of things that are important, like this weird thing, streaming's important to me, but next in line is probably friends and family. I have a lot of care for a lot of my friends. Now, some of you motherfuckers are annoying sometimes. You guys have problems that aren't problems. You better knock it off. But, yeah, life's important. I've been really hankering on this thing, so I made a comment, obviously, about, like, some of y'all motherfuckers having problems that aren't problems. Mental problems and things that you can't get out of your head are very valid. But I will say, something that's been said for years and years and years and years in life: don't sweat the small things. Fuck, man. I get it. I know it's tough, but come on, man. Like, bro, I'm a person that's very approachable with these things. I think, but because I'm approachable, and, like, I feel like I said this before when I had, like, a great breakup and stuff somewhat recently. It's my people that I can talk to and, like, actually vent to and stuff are there, and absolutely. But even when they are open as an option, I don't typically do a lot of it. Sometimes I will, or I'll, like, mention it instead of, like, actually decompressing from it. And I'm probably going to be a big bottled mess. And when something happens, if that something is grandpa passing, I'm sure I'm going to break down a little bit, but we gotta realize life's short, and the small things are small things. Seriously, I mean, something you could be mad about for 3 days, you're never going to think about again. It's possible. It's possible that you're never going to think about it ever again. And even with this family drama stuff, I was very specific, and I do mean this. I still love the people that I was kind of bickering with and having conversation with. Still love them to death. And you know what? I get why they feel that way. Do I agree with them 100%? Absolutely fucking not. 100% no. I think it's actually ridiculous. But I also am not in their shoes every day. And I have to give benefit of the doubt and know their family, and I'm willing to do my part. But it is what it is. We're going to keep moving and not worry about it. Mental things are mental/emotional. I mean, emotions are in the brain, but mental/emotional problems are some of the hardest shit to deal with, especially, we're assuming diagnosed, but especially like depression and like bipolar, or, things of that nature. Obviously, I can't just tell you, oh yeah, stop being fucking sad. Now, do I feel like that sometimes? Absolutely. But I'm sure some people feel the same way when I say something to them. Like the grandpa situation. Stop being sad. He's still alive. Or stop being sad. It's not that bad. You could have to quit everything, or you could have to, fucking feed him food in his deathbed. There's always a worse situation. Similar metaphor, but not quite. Someone's always jealous of where you are, or someone wishes you had what you had. And that always is true. You can always think of someone that's less fortunate. And is it really that big of a deal once you realize that? I don't know. I'm fine. That's why I keep saying I'm fine. And no, I don't mean bottled up fine. I mean fine. For now. But that's where I'm saying I'm in a good mood today. And even after all that, although I can't tell if it's sweat or starting tears, I feel great. Doing this is, let me get in tune with that. But we're actually almost coming up to the technical halfway point as the AE, the end of the path, without taking I have to take like the road, and then I have to get on the other part of the bike trail to do it, but I'm not going to do that. We're actually going to get to the end here, and we're going to be moving on our 6 miles once we head back. It's about 3 out, 3 back. It's about that. It's like, so I say I do 6 miles, and some days I do, but I think that the lowest I do when I say 6 is about 5.89 miles. So I think I have the right to say 6 miles, because I still have to walk up my stairs. I still have to walk over to my neighbor's house. I don't want to hear it. But, yeah. But I still got to meal prep. I don't really know what I'm going to make, because I ran out of chicken breast. I still have eggs. I still have tortillas. I still have tuna. I still have crab. I still have, I got all my sauces. I got like peanut butter and jelly. I don't really know if I want to do that. I don't know. Morning. I don't really know what I'm going to do. I have like a lot of components, but I don't really quite have everything I want. But we will see. Like I said, I want chicken breast, because what I was going to do was like my egg burritos again. Chicken, egg, probably tomatoes, little sauce, and then on the tortilla, which isn't they're not that bad. They're not that great, but super low calorie, high protein. It's really high protein for chicken breast plus egg, but we will see. I still have crab. I don't know. There's a mouse. Hi. I still have some things that I can figure out. I just don't know what I would put with crab. I don't know what I'd put with crab. I mean, it's imitation crab. I like it. It's great macros, so I'm going to fucking use it, but I don't know. What I do is I get the leg style, and I chop that up. I know there's chunks, but there's a placebo part of me that says the legs taste a little bit better, which might be true, might not. The true fact might only come in because they're kind of wrapped into each other, so they might hold flavor a little bit more or something, and like they're not cut up. But also, they're a great snack in leg form. Grab a stick and just fucking gnaw on that thing. A whole package is 210 calories, and I think a stick comes out to less than 50, so I'm not really that worried about it. We are going to measure our weight. I'm down 7.3 pounds in about 2 weeks of actual dieting, 10 days walking, But yeah, I think we're up to like almost 20 days, like technically this movement I've been doing. But actual official dieting and walking, dieting about 14, walking about 10, well, not about 10 days, and 7.3 pounds. I have only eaten a sub today and a little chicken tender wrap I made on stream, which when I say chicken tender wrap, I mean there was 3 chicken tenders, small ones, like the Tyson ones, I think. Maybe they weren't Tyson. I don't know. There were some, I don't know. They made them. And I took 3 of them, put them on a wrap, put on my low-cal sauce. Lori's, Lawry, makes a great low-calorie marinade / sauce. I've been using the steak one. It's like a steakhouse one. There's also like, I think there's a teriyaki. The lemon garlic herb one is actually really good. But the grocery store I went to, which is Pick and Save / Kroger, it was like fucking $3.49. And like, I'm cheap, man. At Walmart, I know I can get it for $1.89. I'm not willing. I can get 2 for that price. Like, I don't know. But, yeah, we're good. So I don't know. I got a meal prep. I'll probably, so far what I'm going to do is probably just make the eggs. I'll make the eggs and put tomatoes with them. So it's like an egg and tomato mix. And then I'll make sure it's scrambled up real good. And then if I want chicken breast, I'll add that into the bowl. Or just add it onto the burrito per day. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I could just do egg tomato tortilla. I found a new tortilla, 60 cals. I don't know what they're like. They're La something. It's this. I believe it's a Spanish name. It's LAB something. La space and then B. And they're 60 calories. They're like Carb Master or something. They're 12 or 13 grams of dietary fiber and only 1 gram of allulose, I think. For the 1 gram past that. I don't know. They're not quite as tasty as the other low carb one I had and low calorie one. But if I can save myself 10-20 calories, I guess it's not that bad. I'm not really worried about calories though. It's like I said, all I've eaten is a sub today and a chicken tender thing. And my basic metabolism at my height and age is, dude, I think I'm above like 2,200 calories or something like that if I do nothing at all. Pretty sure my body removes a basic metabolic rate. So on top of walking 6 miles, no wonder I'm losing weight. I'll just put it that way. I am very happy in the situation I'm at. I'm very blessed. But you didn't come here to hear me talk about weight loss and calories. You came here to talk about what did you have me? What did you want to come here to listen to? I don't know. You're gonna have to leave me an opinion. Oh, dang. Not gonna talk about any topics. Nope. Not until you go down in the comments, comment something, or Discord. Oh, dang. Well, oh, shoot. I guess that sucks. Oh, you know what? We can talk about this today. Someone in my community, Ford is what we call him. His official username is like BB Ford something. And he was talking about, Wet, I need you to do me a favor. Like, okay, sure. Wet, I need you to say one thing good about yourself. I said, what the heck? What a favor. Well, I did sit there for a little while. And I was trying to be humble, obviously, but also at the same time, it was a little interesting. Now, some of my friends gassed my ass up, blew smoke up my ass a little bit, but in which, if you weren't there, I guess you don't know what they said. But it ended up being, I ended up talking about some of the topics that were given to by my friends, and you'll have to understand that they said these things, and I kind of agreed and kind of went off of it. But shout out to Endo there. Yeah, speaking of, wait, actually, let's do shout outs. Endo, I've mentioned him before, but I haven't given him an official community shout out. ENDO. Go follow him. Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, shit like that. ENDO. And we can also give a shout out to, who are we thinking today? Why don't we do a shout out today to, let's give a shout out to Stuffy Snooze. So Endo was technically the reason I came back to streaming, in a sense that I saw VTubing through him, and it's an excuse to come back. I had a long story about this, I think the second episode. But so there's him, also one of my best friends, genuinely top 3 friends. Like, if I ever needed something so bad, I don't think I'm ever going to be in this position, but if I ever like super got exiled from where I'm at, I would hope and pray he'd help me out. And I think even if he did, man, he'd just be a big fucking shoulder to help, and he'd just be an awesome guy. All right, best friend, one of top 3, deserves it. And Stuffy Snooze, community member, genuinely been around for almost the entire 3.5 roughly years of VTubing. So I want to shout out to him. Not even American. What the heck, right? But he was a mutual / a viewer in one of my friends way back in the day when I started VTubing. And he found my stream, and he'll come in there. You know, normal life, human being stuff like always happens. But seriously, he's been around for like 3.5 years. I saw him as early as today. He's been coming in quite a bit, so I appreciate you. Seriously, shout out to you. You're looking cute today. But so back to what we were talking about. Some of my friends gave me things to say were my best qualities or what I should be proud of myself. And one of the things that maybe Endo said was patience and intelligence. Now, I don't know about intelligence. I will take a little pride in it and say I don't think I'm dumb as rocks. Morning. Beautiful, beautiful day.
Yeah, it is right now.
Yeah, for now. You're right. You're right. So, I end up saying patience and intelligence, which is really an interesting answer, because I don't know what personality trait or what in my life necessarily on the outside shows that. But I'm sure there's some things him and I could definitely maybe understand on that. But it is interesting. It is a very interesting answer. I don't know. I kind of said, I think, again, I'm trying to be humble, but I said, I think I can be kind of witty and funny in a circumstance or in a position where I don't have to be instant on my feet. Like, so in terms of live streaming, I think I'm sometimes funny while streaming and stuff, but also though, like, especially like DMs and stuff, like, I think I can be a little bit more, I think I'll come up with answers pretty quick there, but I'll actually have time to like think without having other obstacles or other things distracting me. So I kind of gave that. I don't think I'm the funniest person ever, obviously, but I am happy to take a little bit of humble off the road and say, I think I'm kind of funny sometimes. These are not exactly very funny talks, but It's not really the purpose of them. So that's kind of what I was saying there. But what I wanted to say off of that and segue off was how that question is really tough to answer. Not just because, you just don't think of anything about yourself, but also, and more so, you want to be humble, and you do have to analyze, like, because is that compared to others? Is that something you just feels better? Like, that's obviously over analyzing and ridiculous, but that's kind of what these are again. What is something I'm proud of myself for? And it brought up in my head, actually, sometimes when I've done interviews where there's been questions that I hate because I don't quite know how to answer them. So the one particularly, tell us some strengths about yourself. Now, I will, because I think I'm good at interviewing, which is not something I said, but because I think I'm good at interviewing, I will hyper-analyze what that job would call for and specifically think of those strengths, especially if I know anything about the problems the work environment has went through, which has been a not super common thing. But if I know they've been struggling with reliability, well, shit, you bet your fucking bottom dollar I'm going to say something about being reliable. I am stretching right now, by the way. Hopefully this sounds real good. Oh yeah, I bet. But so I kind of bullshit those a little bit when I do an interview, but I never really love the question because even just telling the truth, bro, I don't know. I mean, everyone's human. Saying that makes me look like a jackass, but and every human's kind of good at some stuff. I don't know. What do you want from me? But so there's that question. There's also a question that's asked that I'm even worse at. And it's 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? And I've never looked up these questions on what quote unquote would be the right answer according to someone that's like studied or analyzed this. But I don't know. I don't know what the right answer to that is. Is it like, oh, still working at your company? Or do you name drop a position that you want? Or like, what is the perfect response there? I always kind of bullshit again. I mean, I will be honest. But like 5 years from now, I could say, like in my current, if you were to ask me right now and we're not doing a job interview, I would say doing my dream job, streaming, and being what I would consider a success, and at least hitting as many goals as I can along the way. Whether that's getting my dream sponsor of a brand that everyone knows about. So AKA, like, I would love a Pringles sponsor so bad because buddy of mine, username literally revolves around Pringles. Now, obviously, that part maybe conflicts, but getting sponsored by like a brand everyone knows, or like a game everyone knows, or whether it's a viewership goal, follower goal, a YouTube video view amount goal, something along those lines. If hitting those goals happens, that's what I'm looking forward to the most. And 5 years from now, I would like to believe I'm full-time, living comfortably, and enjoying life. Hopefully have my own place. Hopefully have a significant other that I'm actually settled in with. That would be great. That sounds very ideal. But do I see myself in that position? Truthfully and honestly, not sure. Now, streaming, yes, I think I do. Everything else, of living comfortably off of it, and significant other and all that, I don't know. I'm tough. I'm not a tough nut to crack, but I'm rather tough to I am tough to my schedule is a little tough to work with, and I'm very independent, and working with maybe my stubbornness. I don't know if it's like all stubbornness, but working with my stubbornness to like really succeed sometimes. Now, sometimes I'll obviously fall into a rut and stuff, but when my drive's on, man, I don't want something distracting me from it. No, I will sometimes, and it'll be a choice, but I can be a little stubborn when it comes down to that. And my personality is like a huge part of that. My personality being flirty and kind of upbeat and transparent and goofball. A lot of the time that can be tough to work with, and I 100% understand that. 100%. And morning again. With that part of my personality, it's tough to work with, and I get it. And to those who have made it through an extended period of time with that, friends or relationships or family, thank you. Because I am pretty passionate when I get moving on things, and even related to earlier, I get it. I get the stream thing to an older generation, and I get the even streaming thing to the younger generation of like, wet timing and effort and what they think is good content and stuff like that. And that's fine. I get it. Oh, I get it. Like I said, I overanalyze everything way too much anyways. And I've listened back to probably 30 minutes, an hour of myself talking through not all of these episodes, so do understand I don't listen to nearly all of the audio, but over the last, now this is the fourth recording, and I probably listened to myself about an hour of it, and even just analyzing that hour, and even hyper analyzing while I'm walking. Oh, I get it. I'm actually really proud of how today is turning out so far. Now, I've struggled to keep topics, and I've struggled to keep 100% on that topic without rambling, but I feel like it's progressively getting better. It is, I think. And I'm happy to say that. I think so. But so I get it from their perspective, and even friends and relationships, like I get it. But that passion comes in for a few things, and it's important to me. Another thing I really never want to fully give up is disc golf. I don't really want to give up walking, especially right now, but that might be short term. Would never want to give up playing League. Never wouldn't want to give up playing on my computer, maybe. And I don't know how healthy all these things are, but they're there. I won't lie. It's going to be really tough if I ever find someone that just doesn't like video games, or just doesn't like the idea of me playing disc golf at a park, or just doesn't like the idea of me not watching movies and shows very often, or indulging in pop culture or anime. I get it. We all have similarities, but also have a lot of differences. But that's where we're humans, and that's where it's important. Because if we were all the same, well, life would be really weird. Life would be very weird. I am coming up to the bench and water fountain near about the halfway point on the back end-ish. So I got about a quarter left. I would like to see my pace today. I feel like I am cooking, but I might not be. I stopped twice to stretch and twice to massage my shins. So I will say I'm not probably in the fastest pace of all time, but I definitely feel like I'm cooking. So I'm kind of excited to see that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the mic for a second, take a big long drink out of the water fountain, probably sit and stretch, give myself a minute or two here, nothing wrong with that, and then we're going to keep her moving. I would rather enjoy my walk with a stretch than try to keep pace on the bike lady next to me, a statue, has glasses on, sunglasses on, on the bike statue. That's interesting. But I'd rather enjoy my walk, especially with talking the whole time. I'd like to get a topic, something cooked up for you guys. So I will be back in your ears in no time, but for me, probably 5 minutes or so. Yeah, it turns out with even stopping 2 small little stretch times and 2 little massage times, I've been keeping very close to 20 pace in general, because my lap thing doesn't equate me stopping as, you know, like it's stopping the whole thing, obviously. So not too bad. Not too bad. Still absolutely gorgeous weather. Got 2 more drinks at the water fountain. Sat and stretched. Sat and looked at my notifications. Yeah, nothing really crazy. Feeling good. Topic-wise, I wanted to talk about... Oh, that's what I was going to say. So, back to the weight loss thing and health thing. So sorry, I don't want to hear that. But with walking, I am down 7.3, like I said. And at the pace I'm going, my goal is to lose, well, it's originally 50 pounds. With the pace I'm moving at, I don't mind losing about another, like, I don't know, I wouldn't mind losing about 50 pounds from now. And at the pace I'm moving, it'd take about 90 days, roughly. And I think that's about right. It's quite a lot of weight. And definitely the further you go down, like, the more, like, slightly, it will get slightly harder and harder and harder. Obviously, eventually and exponentially, but I think I'm okay with that. With Sundays being fast day especially, I'm going to probably hit it pretty reasonably. Now, do understand, from my perspective, I'm okay with whatever happens. I am still enjoying this, but yeah, I wouldn't mind. It's quite a lot of weight, and I will be at a weight that, wow, I would be very happy with myself to continue for that long. But yeah, I'm about 13.3 weeks away, roughly, about 7, if each week is 7 days, which came out to about 91 days. Now that is moving the same pace, and something that was said by Morning. Something that was said by Chris Terrell, and I've referenced him several times, but a lot of his words kind of ring true. Everyone's weight loss journey will take longer than you think it will. And I 100% agree with that. Now, there's, I'm sure, examples where that's not true. Morning.
Morning.
There's definitely examples where that's not true. Particularly shorter term goals and even longer term goals. If I didn't do the walks, I'm assuming it would take me quite a bit longer, but I also still very much could lose it without the walks. And that's where we will see. Moving at this pace the whole time doesn't seem very unreasonable, but I also haven't had like a pig out day. I've had some days where I got close to my limit, if not at my limit. But when I say some days, I mean like, I think 2 days. I've really been okay. So I haven't had a day where I've went to a buffet or something with family, you know. I haven't had a day where I went out to a really nice restaurant. I haven't had a date, you know. I haven't had anything like that. Now, if I go out on a date with someone, which I don't anticipate happening at all, but let's say I did, I'm not gonna, if something looks fantastic or she says something looks great and whatever, you know, like, fuck it. I ain't gonna stop myself. I ain't gonna make it my personality trait. Although on these talks it kind of might be a little bit, but stream I don't really talk about it. There's no real reason to. Not everyone wants to do it. Not everyone wants to hear it. But yeah, I think if it took me an extra month, so 120 days, I'd be super okay with that. Wouldn't love it, but I think instead of 3 months, 4 months isn't that bad. To lose 50 pounds, it's probably even a little too quick. I won't lie. There's like that thought. I know I was kind of talking with someone years and years ago, genuinely years ago, when I did my like military diet and stuff. I was losing weight really rapidly the first month. And by rapidly, I mean roughly same pace now-ish. I lost about 15 pounds in a month. And they're talking about like how that is healthy, but it's not healthy in the sense of like, still got to be worried about your skin. Still got to worry about like getting enough calories to literally supply your body. But like, you know, I don't think 3.65 is too insane, but it is pretty quick. I'm very well aware. But officially done with anything related to weight loss directly. Out of the question. We're done. Topic that some of you can hopefully relate to, but it is revolving on walks and outdoors. Dude, state parks and like hiking trails, bike trails and stuff are gorgeous. Now, obviously I've mentioned this one several times, but I'm thinking about some of the ones around me that I'm willing to say because I don't live on top of any of these. But like Devil's Lake in Wisconsin, highly recommend you look it up. Devil's Lake, and you can look it up while you're listening. Go ahead, open another tab. Go ahead. Devil's Lake. It's this big hill because it's not technically a mountain. It feels like a mountain to climb. I'll tell you right now. It used to, I think, kind of be a mountain, I guess. Anyways, it's this big, massive hill that's borderline a mountain. And it's just gorgeous because it's like in this valley. So down below it's like this valley which has this big lake in it. Absolutely gorgeous. These trails up this hill/mountain are ridiculous. Just absolutely stunning, gorgeous. You know, a bunch of rock paths in there, and getting up there, there's several ways to get up, several ways to get down. I'll tell you right now, some of them easier, harder. The one we always go down for some reason, I cannot physically imagine walking up it because it's a lot more vertical. It's a lot quicker paced vertical wise. And I just picture going up has to be a nightmare because I know going down and like stepping down those big rocks and boulders is a little rough if you've been up there for a minute. And again, going up is not an easy task. It's not the hardest in the world. I mean, fuck, dude. I mean, I'd say majority of people can do it. But it is such a sight to see. I highly recommend. There's this big archway that you'll see when you Google it. And it's just this massive, beautiful over a rock structure, like looking over the lake. Morning. So it's this beautiful rock structure that looks over the lake, and always go in the lake, whether we do the hike first or not, depends. Haven't went in a couple of years now, I think. Absolutely gorgeous. But highly recommend looking at that. There's also a place in Illinois that has some of the most beautiful waterfalls you'll ever see, and it just doesn't make sense, and you'd have to see them in person, I'm telling you. Obviously, if you're nowhere near these places, don't worry about it. But Starved Rock State Park. So go ahead and look that up too if you want to. Starved Rock State Park. And there's this first image is this massive waterfall. And that area is just so gorgeous. People will kind of get under the waterfall sometimes, and it's just carved and eroded away like a stream through it, and it's just absolutely just so beautiful, man. A very long walk, not really a lot of verticality comparatively. Morning. Morning. But not a lot of verticality compared to like Devil's Lake. That's way more of a hike. But it is a long walk through the woods, and there is some points. There's specifically like a staircase I can think about that it feels like you're walking up like 2 stories, especially when we went the one time. It was like real feel, like 90 something degrees outside. Very long day. Made it through my water within the first, I don't know, probably hour, and was just dying after that. We were looking to find a way to get water before we came back, and we kind of like took the wrong path or something, and just nothing. And it's just one of those days where, man, that waterfall was looking tasty. I didn't drink out of it, no worries, but man, just one of those days. But it's seriously super gorgeous. Highly recommend looking at that too. Those are the 2 that I can think of on the top of my head that I found that are absolutely stunning, and just super highly recommend if you're ever somehow in the area. Devil's Lake is not right by the Wisconsin Dells, but it is in a sense. The Wisconsin Dells is another attraction that a lot of people don't know about, because obviously you're not in Wisconsin. But I equate it to like kind of a Dollywood, kind of a Disneyland-ish, kind of, not really, in sense that it's basically this town that's converted almost exclusively to tourists. And when I mean town, I mean it's a fucking town. I mean, it's a big city. It's not just a park or 2. We got Noah's Ark. Do you know what that is? It's like, was America's biggest outdoor water park. And I think it has like the biggest wave pool in America or something. And we have it in Wisconsin, which, if you haven't figured out yet, is a little odd, because we get snow for about 4 months of the year, but whatever. But there's this water park there. You like water park shit? That is the place to go. Absolutely. We also have Mount Olympus is which we typically go. And there's another like probably park or 2. Now, Noah's Ark is almost exclusively water rides, if not. And, the lazy river on that thing is massive too. So that's always kind of an interesting thing. I think I kind of like lazy rivers. I think they're kind of fun. Not that they're like some sort of amazing attraction, but like they are kind of fun in the sense that like you're looping around, you're having a good time, you're relaxing, you know. But Mount Olympus is more of a attraction style. So what I mean by that, which is not probably the best terms used, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, it has like roller coasters, go-karts. It does have a lazy river. It doesn't have an indoor water park. It does have an outdoor kind of water park area. It does have a big wave pool. It has, I don't think it has mini golf. That's one of the other places. But, you know, things of that nature. It was America's largest wooden roller coaster. Don't know if they still have that title, but it does a loop. It's the only wooden roller coaster I know of that does a loop. There might be other ones, I don't know. But this thing, I think you go like 75 miles per hour, 65 miles per hour or something like that, down its peak. Really damn fast. I don't love roller coasters, but I did go on it because I was kind of forced to when I was younger. And I'll be blatantly honest with you, I don't remember it. I know I was on the peak, and I remember going down the peak, but I don't remember anything until we were getting close to the end. I think I must have fainted. I never got confirmation for that, but I must have. I like roller coasters that are reasonable. I actually don't mind some of the other ones there. there's once I actually get one done in that day, I'm okay to do more. But there's something about that gut feeling you get on a roller coaster that I don't love. It's probably because my stomach feels like it's coming out of my mouth. But I don't mind them if they're like reasonable. I don't know. But so amazing park for roller coasters. I want to say there's at least 4. There might be more. I can think of, there's like a small kiddie one that's considered there too, which we did do because we wanted to do every roller coaster there. And that one wasn't really a big deal, but I did ride all of them. The top fastest and second top fastest, not going to do again. Maybe the other ones I should have done. I did have a date there one time, or I went there with someone I had been dating, and I feel kind of bad because we didn't do any of them and they wanted to do them. And I feel like a loser. But if you know who you are, I'm sorry. I doubt you're listening to this, but you might be. But yeah. But so that's this town, right? And they also have like this massive mini golf facility. They've got a bunch of like food attractions, like just some crazy shit. Like there's like a lumberjack themed shit, and it's cool. It's cool. But so if you go to Devil's Lake, you could definitely get yourself in a position to also then go to the Dells. And I'm not suggesting like some sort of vacation. However, if you are a close, community member, hey, I'm kidding, but also kind of not. I don't know. Fuck it, dude. Let's go to Wisconsin Dells. But seriously, awesome area. Very touristy. Some of the prices will feel touristy, trust me, especially during the nice summertime. There's also, they do a ton, so tourist thing, they do a ton of like villas slash, what would you call those? Condos, I guess. They do a ton of these, the houses you can stay in short term or whatever. I don't know. I did stay in one of the nicest ones out there. I was blessed with a friend of mine who I may or may not done things with. Well, her, like, quote unquote stepdad actually owned one out here. I didn't know about it. And we ended up going there. And wow, dude. Apparently they were like, these things were like, at that time, it was winter and there was just not a lot of people. They were still going for several $100s a night. During the summer, at that time and place and economic status, like $1,000 a night or something crazy or more. These things were so gorgeous, dude. They had like an upper lodge. Like you're in this house that isn't super duper large, but they got a living room with a fireplace. They got fucking room service. But here's the thing about the room service. You're not in a room, you're in a house. So they actually have the car drive out to you. They have like a center that like cooks everything or comes out to you with wine and stuff. Let's put it this way. Again, you can get wine. You can get wine delivered to your abode. Crazy, bro. So if you really got the budget, dude, staying in one of those motherfucking things. You got fucking porch looking over the woods. Just fucking, so gorgeous, man. I end up getting out of my obligations early to literally go out there. And I had no idea what to expect. And it was a drive. I'm not going to say how long for obvious reasons. But it was a drive. And I get there and dude, these people from out of state that I've seen and hung out with for years are just there. They're just in this place. And it was like nighttime. It was like kind of getting dark by the time I got there. And it's crazy, man. I don't even know if I stayed. I don't even think I slept there. Because I think I had obligations in the morning. So funny, man. So funny. But yeah. Absolutely cool. Very, very cool. So those are the kind of attractions around here that I can think of immediately. State parks, though, and just nature and stuff. Absolutely gorgeous. You just wouldn't think, man. You just wouldn't think. Which I'm sure every state has that. And so I'll go out of my way to kind of make fun of some states. Specifically, Illinois is my arch enemy. If I had to pick one, I almost said arch anemone, or what's the Nemo thing? Anemone, whatever the fuck. And I shit on Illinois all the time, but I won't lie to you. I won't cap. I got some of the nicest disc golf courses, and their Starved Rock walking trail is one of the most beautiful I've seen. And you know, every state's probably got some shit like that. But also, to what extent is a state park going to beat Disney World? Or what state is going to beat the mountains of Colorado / the ganja? You know, like what? Like not everywhere is going to top that shit just because of a state park. So, I don't know. I'm starting to cross the road as the light's turning. Oh, he's got his turn signal on. I'm not that worried about it. I shouldn't have worried about it. I was like starting to like walk really fast. He noticed I started walking really fast. He turned his turn signal on after that. I hate when that happens, but whatever. Cool. But I think every state's kind of got that, so it's not really too crazy. But there's also just some things, like I said, that you can't top. You know what you can't top here? Cheese curds. Can't top our beer. Can't top our DUIs. I'll tell you what. Go ahead and look up percentage, or how many people in Wisconsin have DUIs compared to any other state. Go ahead. Then filter, if you're really gonna figure it out, filter by population density / according by per thousand or whatever. Just saying. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But, oh well. The wind is picking up pretty hard right now. I don't know what kind of audio we're going to be hearing here. So sorry. I'm not very far away. I think by the time I pass this bench, which I'm literally like 50 feet from, I have about 15 minutes until home, which I'm very on pace to my normal schedule, even with stopping at the bench and stuff. So not really beating any records or anything, but having a good damn time. But with that being said, not being very far away, I will start saying my wholesome garbage. Appreciate topics and opinions that you could ask me to talk about. Whether it's family, business, fucking financial, dude, I talk about anything. I think I'll avoid politics, but that's probably about it. I'll talk about fucking near everything. Maybe not a bunch of sexual shit either, but that's maybe because I'm walking on a public trail and sometimes a bike will sneak up, behind me or something. Don't really love the idea of talking about how large my wiener is while a bicycle is driving past me. I guess riding past me. But, whatever. But other than that, thank you for listening. If you listen this far, this is a really late one. If you listen this far, I would like you to type in the comments. I'd like you to type in the comments pear, P-E-A-R, P-E-A-R, pear, because I just walked past a pear tree. So, pear would be nice. Prove you heard this point. Really appreciate it. That'd be sick. That'd be awesome. Should be streaming late. Unfortunately, tonight's one of those nights that it might be a little later. And I won't lie. Probably will be. That's unfortunate. What I'm going to have to probably do soon is put myself in a sleep deficit, is what I'm going to call it, and not sleep very long. So then I want to go to bed a little bit earlier. and kind of reset and pull back. I will not be streaming Sunday. Sunday, I have deemed it off day this week. I don't know if it's going to be like a constant off day or not. I have no idea, but I've deemed this Sunday an off day. One, because I've been walking a lot, talking a lot, streaming a lot. But two, I'm going to be fasting, and I might do a little extra exercise on Sunday. I really want to keep this 90-day pace, so it'd be kind of cool. But anyways, we still got probably about 10 minutes or so. It's our last ditch topic here. Oh, you know what? Because we've been talking about so much of weightless and stuff. You know what I've been really craving? And I think a lot of you can agree with me on this. Sushi, man. Whew. Sushi's so fucking delicious. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. I don't judge you for that. It'd be different if you didn't like, I don't know, cookies or brownies or if you didn't like, what's another thing? Pizza isn't one of those. I don't know. You know, it'd be different if it was one of those things. Sushi is polarizing. I get that. Or yeah, you know, I met someone recently that doesn't like any rice. And when I say rice, I mean like literally no rice. They don't like rice that is flavored. They don't like white rice that's not flavored. Spanish rice, jasmine rice. They just don't like rice. That's a little weird, but oh well. Not gonna judge you too hard on it. But anyways, I've been craving sushi a lot lately, man. Oh, sushi's so good. I might be a little crazy for this, but I might buy some fish. I might just make a shitty Americanized sushi roll and try that. You know, it's not hard to get seaweed, rice, and some sort of fish, and then veggies in there. Wouldn't be hard to put like avocado or what's another vegetable that's put in there? They don't put no, they do put cucumber and some carrots. And they can do like fish, rice, cucumber, and carrots. I have soy sauce, so it wouldn't be crazy. It'd be probably very terrible because I don't have one of those sushi rolling mats, and I'm not going to be getting one unless for some reason it's the best thing of all time and I maybe want to get one. I know they're not expensive, but unless this shitty sushi roll I cook is going to turn out amazing, I don't think I need to do that. Also, the reason I might have said cook there, I meant to say cook, so I'll probably get a fish that I'll cook up because I'm not buying sushi grade rice or sushi grade fish. That's not happening. So I might maybe, I guess I could get, I don't know. Is it okay to like fry up a salmon and still taste okay? I mean, I would think. There's cooked rolls. That's actually a really interesting question. Huh. I mean, it's not interesting, but and to me it is because thinking about it now. Huh. Anyways, so I've been craving sushi a lot though. I know it's fucking expensive, and I can't say I would blame the restaurant for charging quite a bit for it because I know how expensive fresh fish is, or at least not maybe fresh but cooler. So I guess it is still fresh, but it's not like, you know, it's not like fish market fresh. But I know how expensive that can get, so I can't exactly be mad in any sense of the meaning. But I also eat a lot less, so I'd be probably okay with like 2 rolls, but it's still going to be going out to eat and paying for a normal dinner. I don't know. Anyways, I'm craving that. I haven't really been craving sweets, actually, which is kind of cool. I think I'm kind of getting I'm kind of subsiding that a little bit. I've only eaten like 3 or 4 of them. I want to say it's 3. But 3 or 4 of my granola bars, they have chocolate in them. And they're only 100 calories or 110 calories or something like that. I'm kind of subsiding that with that. Only in a few, but I guess I don't have that big of a sweet tooth. Morning.
Morning.
I must not have that big of a sweet tooth. I think maybe maybe I just eating sweets because it tastes good. I don't know. They are good. I will say I have looked at those candy bar ice cream bars in the freezer. I did see there's a Milky Way one, and I know that one's good as fuck. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not like a huge Milky Way fan, but that Milky Way one, I know is damn good. I know it's damn good. But I haven't eaten them yet, and I can just factor it in if I got it, but I'm going to probably avoid it for now. Ain't nothing wrong with that. However, you do see them and you want to fucking, if you like ice cream, you like candy bars, seriously, there's like branded ice cream. They're candy bars, but in ice cream form, and they're just so fucking good. Check them out. Probably can find them in a Walmart or something. I don't know, but I know the Milky Way one is delicious. There's also the is it a? I don't think it's Twix. I think Snickers makes a pretty good one. I think Snickers has a pretty good one too. But anyways, we're pulling up pretty close. Those are my topics for today. You all have a blessed day. Thank you again for listening. Even one of you listening. That's all I need, man. I'll be doing this for every day here on. I don't know. The audio is important to me, but not as important. So eventually there might be a skip day for the audio, but so far so good. But I can feel my feet are getting a little sore, and I know I'll definitely probably be feeling it really soon here. I'm assuming later on I'll probably be feeling my feet seize. I need to get new shoes pretty bad. But who gives a shit about that? So I should probably see you tonight if you're going to watch the stream. Otherwise, you guys take care. And you know what you should do today? You should say good morning to someone or good night to someone. Someone you know, their rough sleep schedule, you should wish them a good night tonight. Or maybe wish them a good morning. I don't know. Something small. I don't know. People like that. I do. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.